the wrong franchise, but
Yeah, like the Roger has the skin with that, right? But the Minotaur and the Farsa, not really. But I get what you mean.
Farsa transforms into a bird.
Exactly. But, you know.
Yeah.
Wait. Because here's the thing. The bird is Farsa's husband, though.
Exactly.
Right?
So,
So-
technically,
The bird is
you
her husband.
transform? We need to ask Lord Leo.
Yeah, Lord Leo. Yeah. So he's got a lot of things on his plate later after this. Okay, so you ban out. You probably ban on the marksman here. Carry.
You ban out like a Claude here?
Moskov and Claude. Looks to be a. Maybe they're not that concerned about the Claude because they have the Minotaur.
Something in me tells me
Masha.
Great ban.
Benny Cutie wants to pick up the...
Carry?
No, because he's been picking this quite a lot, which is the Beatrix as well.
Yep.
He's been using it in a lot of different tournaments.
Versus Farsa versus the Roger. It's going to be good.
I like this Farsa ban, the Masha ban, by the way.
Exactly. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense versus the Farsa and the Roger.
Yeah, the thing is with the Roger, it's very, very difficult to go for any defensive item to go up against this Masha. Usually you want to go for Wind of Nature, and usually if you have a normal marksman, that's the easiest answer. But on the Roger, you get that, you don't get the full duration of the Wind of Nature, so it's a bit hard to go for the counter. Technically you can go Winter Crown, but it's a bit tough to pull off as well. So
But it looks cool.
It does look cool.
Right? Mid-transformation, Winter Crown, that looks cool.
And then you freeze on air,
Yeah. It's like...
And then the Claude ban, as expected, right? Up against this composition.
That's right.
You can dive into the back. You can play very safe in the gold lane as well. But 2 XP bans just to set up for the Arlet.
Yeah, CC. It's interesting because it's CC Roger is like very difficult to pull off because of how much farm you need. But yeah, they're going to be banning it out, Twisted Minds. If they show their jungler right now, it will not be good because that means that Team Liquid will be able to answer that. So I think this will be an EXP lane pickup. Assuming that the Terza as well as the CC is banned out, you're left with what? Pakiro and Benedetta for Twisted Minds.
How's the Lapu Lapu right now?
Lapu Lapu is a very, I would say it's a very conditional pick that you use when there's a Faramis, exclusively when there's Faramis and / or the Moskov so that you can dive into the backlines.
Because for Twisted Minds, right?
Oh.
Is
Okay.
the X-Borg?
I think you go Beatrix now for your TLPH. And then you put the Arlet in the
Rome.
Right. And then pick up an X-Borg and answer the X-Borg. So that usually
The Pakito is still open.
Is Pakito good against X-Borg? Not so
It is in XP. But the thing is, I feel like for Twisted Minds, they can actually go and twist Liquid Echo's minds right now with the X-Borg and the Roger. Because the X-Borg it can still go to the jungle, the Roger can still go to the gold lane, and they can try to play around that to just counter the Baksha.
Yeah.
But now that the Arlet has been revealed to go towards the XP, maybe they just put the X-Borg in the XP, put the Roger in the jungle, and then pick up another gold lane. They would bully the Moskov.
What can bully the Moskov? I think
Beatrix?
Beatrix will be the best. I think they might not. They might just put the Roger in the gold lane, or in the jungle, then pick up something along the lines of a Ruby because the idea here is that you're facing up against a Louis, so you don't want to really like overdo your gold lane. You don't want to farm dependent gold lane because the thing is the Louis will just be able to take over.
Oh, Penny!
Okay, against the Moskov.
I mean,
the Moskov is traditionally a counter to the Fanny.
I guess.
And this is Florid, dude. I don't like this at all. I'm just saying it.
I mean, here's the thing. Even though you don't like it, it looks spicy. And when it's spicy, we gotta throw it over to our casters. It's your turn.
Just to address the inquiry, Farsa indeed turns into mist, riding Vari's wings. That's why it's called Wings by Wings. Welcome to Desk at your service. My name is Leo. Here with Gideon, bringing you this first matchup between Twisted Minds and Liquid Echo.
Look, this match is going to be interesting, right? I agree with Wolf. I think that, Fanny, and especially when you're looking at the composition from TLPH, unless this Fanny gets an incredible snowball, I don't see it happening. But maybe towards the later stages of the game, do we see it really even out?
Yep, on a lane-per-lane basis, Liquid Echo seems to have trumped Twisted Minds, but maybe the Twisted Express could pull a turn that even the Echo Express haven't seen before. Again, welcome them into their home court. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Game 1 in the best of 2. I can't start this matchup without saying Team Liquid PH, are one of the tournament favorites. Like that's just the stakes we're looking at right now.
Yeah, it's just facts. It's just facts. Especially when they're coming from one of the strongest regions so far in the world until somebody knocks them off. I think it's fair to say that they've got a pretty decent chance in these groups, and more importantly so, I would like to see whether Twisted Minds, especially in the earlier stages of the game, because that's what they were known for previously, before the 2-minute debuff.
Yep, speed is what Twisted Minds have on their side, and if there's anything I like about that draft, because I do echo Wolf in the fact that I don't like the Fanny, but I like the switch up. I like putting the Roger into the gold lane, but maybe not the hero on to Hoda. And they are threatening JP, but as a floor, like, you gotta get used to this kind of thing.
I mean, that's how JP likes to be handled, right? Everything is his fault. If he goes down, it's gonna be his fault. If they win, it's also gonna be his fault.
Who is he without adversity, right?
Truly.
He's been living with adversity all his life, and now he's just taking care of the team. Look at this. Look at how comfortable Liquid Echo are. Carl Teasy going for an early green, a stolen small camp from Hoda, while he's getting to a small camp of his own. I can't wait to see the XP difference.
Yep. I mean, so far, it's going to be very small for the time being, and eventually, it's going to come to a point where we do see these teams actually start clashing around the turtles. I think it's pretty inevitable that Fanny probably wants to, like, calm down on first turtle, probably second turtles when we expect to see these fights really break out.
I wouldn't even question maybe even third.
Third?
Yep, because we've seen Fannies do this. We've seen even Lings do this, where they would, what's the word I'm looking for? Rubber band into a lead? You know what I mean? Like, once they get their second core item, and then their roamer and their XP laner are able to find a good initiation, they just come clean house.
Yeah, no, I like the term a lot, rubber banding, right? Because I think it's one of these, especially in a game like this, you're expecting both of these teams to be one to take the lead, and then eventually no resources. The other team takes the lead and control over the map. The constant back and forth, that's what we need to see. Because again, both of these teams are very ult dependent. Maybe not so much for Liquid Echo. Maybe they can find these flanks once in a while, but traditionally, Twisted Minds, they need to play that front to back. And maybe, just maybe, if that Fanny can find a good pick onto, hopefully, Sanji, they have an opportunity.
Best case scenario, they find Sanji, maybe even cut the nip at the bud, maybe give Benny Cutie a good piece of their mind, right? And to be able to do that, I think there's a lot on the shoulders of the young Sanji, and I'm talking about the Sanji with two eyes. That's Twisted Minds Sanji, the X-Borg, because he can act as both a hard stop against Liquid Echo's fast-paced game, because again, they are the aggressors. They should be the aggressors because they're looking at a Fanny, which they counter all day long. And if Sanji can do that, and then flip the switch when the rest of the team says, all right, we're ready to go, then they can go. So that's where the pivot is at. That is the fulcrum, I think. That's the term we're looking for. The fulcrum of their Rube Goldberg machine that is this burst lineup.
Oh man, this terminology. How many people are picking up their physics books like, I wish I learned this better? Most people aren't going to catch that, but I get exactly what you mean. And I think that if this is on the assumption that Sanji is actually able to walk out of this lane for free, right? And if he does, at least then Twisted Minds have a potential out during the neutral objectives, because at least he can start melting down Carl TZ more effectively than the rest of his team. But so far, lead for Carl TZ, a full level ahead. Oh wait, hold on, he's catching up pretty quick too.
That's right. Folks, you were not confused. The game UI did just catch up, and we are working on things as we go. Turtle already up. It's Twisted Minds first of the scene, but it looks like Liquid Echo are able to answer back.
Yep, jumping game for their airstrike as well to zone them out. But Noam Fury already catching two, and that's going to be Carl TZ securing the first turtle of the game. They walk away, and all that's left is just dust, no kills, and a couple of flickers.
How uncanny. This is uncharacteristic. Oh, I was about to say 40. Come on. I was about to say that was very uncharacteristic of both teams who have the nickname Express. You would assume that there would be bloodshed, but Sanford just came and said, Kuya Leo, I got you.
Yeah, he's just like, don't worry, I'm gonna make a play right here, right now, just for your entertainment. But as we can see, Sano finally building up towards that Sky Piercer. He needs to find a lead in this lane somehow, and man, Liquid Echo keep on doing this. Every single tournament, I see Benny QT playing on that Moskov. He tries to steal away buffs with the Spear of Destruction.
Yep, almost hit it too.
Yeah,
almost hit it too, if not for Hoda actually getting there maybe 2 or 3 seconds faster. Now down bottom, again, happy to see that Sanji is struggling, but keeping it down. All right, if anybody could die and anybody could afford to sandbag their body for his team, it would be Sanji on this X-Borg. Looking at the XP gains, again, this is what Kaltizi got away with, that small steal. Oh no!
Speaking of small steal, Hoda is able to get on out of it. No one Fury's by just enough time for Cuffin to really get the damage down. TL, PH, they gotta be careful here. Sanji, this is starting to take a little too long here. He's gonna get some true damage onto Kaltizi, and there's not gonna be a lot for him to do. He's gonna be popping the ult as well as Sanford is zoning out 3 people in the backline, and Kaltizi's shield unity is out of there like nothing ever happened. Sanji will end up falling. He's almost there. There goes Sanji as well. Oh, so close. Sanford will die as a trade, but worthwhile. So very worthwhile as Benny QT is part of the mix as well. Troll in the middle of it, Feather Airstrike once again, and it looks like they've overstayed their welcome. The heal from JP is looking good, but Benny QT, oh, good movement. He flickers away on top of the dash, and Troll jumps in forward. They're not letting him get away for free. This is now a pure, honest bloodbath.
2 fronts, 2 casualties, too early. For Liquid Echo to have tried to pick a fight like that against Twisted Minds, they should have known better, and now the fight continues.
Sanford, he's in so much trouble. He's definitely gonna die here, right? We question it as he's still alive, and finally we do see him still make it out every single time. These players are just cheating death to an unreal degree.
Sanji tried to put his head on a swivel, and I'm talking about that X-Borg, but it could only angle itself way too much. Maybe 1 more second underneath the fire missiles, Sanford would have fallen, but you could only commit so much. Close call. Twisted Minds could not punish Liquid Echo for that overextension, and the Filipino squad walks away with another free turtle up top.
Great flank, Sano. He's trying to get on out of there, but Sanji, he's still able to find him. But Yoda, able to find JP in the process. Okay, at least they find the trade. But no, Sanji says, 1 more for me. Flickers forward to make another play.
The lone stallion able to make the most out of a messy situation. Down bottom, Kaltizi trying to stop Sanji from pushing down on that tier 1. Forces out a last insanity, and he's not having any of it. Come on down. Oh, just puts up the recall. Now here comes 40.
Yep. I mean, this is, you can see Kaltizi, as much as he is the GOAT and will always be a GOAT in my heart, he is still willing to be like, hey, brother, eat.
Sanford, this is for you. A year ago, that's what he said on the mic. He said, I don't want the kills anymore, man. I want the most damage taken and the most assists. This is the path I'm taking.
Oh, the path is looking good, but it doesn't mean that Twisted Minds are completely out of this just yet, right? It's 6-5. Yes, probably they are missing a couple more towers, but at this point of time, we're waiting for that power spike to actually happen for Twisted Minds. Specifically, Coven, he's 3-0-1. He's scaling a lot faster, but, I mean, Sanji, he's quickly catching up.
Uh-oh. We're talking about Sanji from Liquid Echo. That's right. Sanji from Twisted Minds is actually working hard, man. He's pulling doubles. Hoda able to secure his orange, and now in mid. Again, that's the reason why mid lane tier 1 is still standing, is because of how Coffin is able to protect it, and not to mention Troll. Troll, did you know that Troll has a PhD?
Does he?
Troll is in school for medicine, man.
Oh no! All that medicine won't bring Cuffin back in the time for this. Good play from Liquid Echo, collapsing on the opportunity, as once again they're going to dive Sano underneath this tier 1. No opportunities for you as Benny QT picks up the kill.
Sano just got used to the gold lane, and now Hoda gets a good amount of SOD, and now Benny QT catches him with a solo kill. Nothing can stop the Typhoon.
Oh my goodness. He was caught slacking. He was caught slacking. Nobody said anything about the spear flying across the map. And it's not over just yet, because now with this mid-tier 1 collapsing, Liquid Echo can finally play the game that they want to play.
That's right. The cavalry will now circle around the brain. Just right there, smack dab in the middle of the map. Again, a replay here from a different angle, as you can see. In slow motion too, just so that you can really
calculate the numbers.
Savor the moment that Benny Cutie caught Hoda, and this is the reason why, folks. Our analysts said Moskov is a clear counter to the Fanny. A single stun against the wall, and then maybe 2 or 3 hits from the spears. Just Bob's your uncle, just lay down and take it.
It's tough, right? Because it's not like the steel cables can like curve in many different directions.
Nope.
It's very, very linear,
This ain't
especially if
wanted.
you're throwing
This is
one
real
at a
life.
time, right?
This is real life, it's not wanted.
It's not wanted. It's true. It's true. With Liquid Echo now, with a 4-kill lead, 9-5 against Twisted Minds. At this point, Twisted Minds really have to consider and really pick and choose some of these fights. Because again, if they go on Sanford, Sanford can buy so much time on this Arlet. If they go for Sanji, well, you can expect that Carl Teasy as well as JP are pretty close by.
Yep, and maybe after watching enough Liquid Echo over the past few years, just take what you can, man. Beat down on Carl Teasy while he's giving himself to you. Because sometimes that's where the value comes from. And don't expose yourself. Though those are some wise words for Twisted Minds right now. Don't contest the Lord. But it looks like, yeah, that's the call. They should just let it go.
I mean, they have to, right?
Like Elsa.
Unless they've got some crazy play to do it, because Hoda currently, he is, oh my goodness, 3 levels down. Oh, he's catching back up. Okay, so 2 levels down onto Carl Teasy. That's not what you want to see in your jungler,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
no. He has to play the side lanes, split push it. Just go ahead, split it up like an acrobat. Check it out now. Where are we? Huh. This is tough. Sanji has to make a decision now. Does he go straight for the Kiras? I think he's going to go for the Kiras.
Yeah.
Go straight for the Kiras and then Immortality.
I feel like he kind of has to, right? At this point in time, they're already so far behind. Even if you get an Immortality, it's going to break almost instantaneously.
It's just extra lives. You become a bullet sponge.
He's already taken so many bullets, but now Benny QZ trying to outplay the situation by himself! Single-handedly turning it around! JP supporting him, and Benny only knows how to move forward! So nasty. Kills Sano, no problem, in the middle of his teammates.
Usually it's the Moskov that is the prey to the Roger. But nay, says Benny Cutie. You're right. It's push-forward combat for Benny Cutie. He's playing Doom Eternal, man.
He's playing a completely separate game right now. And not to mention that he's scaled up phenomenally in this. JP, honestly, just pass it in bloom. It's like, you do your thing, I'll keep you alive.
Yep, and now they are threatening a penetration. Mid has a wave in. Top has a big wave in. Lord still standing. Feathered Airstrike coming in and a final slash!
It's good, but now the backline is getting attacked as well. Zoned out, Sanji loses his Faraga armor. They're still trying to reset. Oh, the bird almost catches him! So very close, but they at least defend the base the cost of 1 inhib.
It's just Troll who falls as well. So 1 inhib, 1 hero, 1 dream. Survive. Don't die here. Now they're coming in.
Oh
Ooh.
no! Tuffin, he's got him in the back, and now they're all forced to go away. Sano finds the return, a shutdown onto Sanji's. Benny QT takes out Sano as well. It's going to be a 3v4 situation as Oda, he's trying his best, recharging that energy to keep them at bay.
And there's not much on Hoda, man. You saw one of the spears trace him. It's very difficult to play what Twisted Minds wanted to play now, 12 minutes in, wherein you should have seen this lineup do better at 2.
Yeah.
That's where it started. That's where it should have begun.
It could have been better, but at the same time, can you really blame them? At this point, it feels like Liquid Echo is just trying to out-micro them, trying to tell them, like, hey, you stay in your place. We got the better micro here. You better be real careful about your decisions.
And what's tough is they also might actually have the better macro just across the board, right? They were sitting at 0-3, 9-5, now 12-6. And even if Twisted Minds did draw first blood, the rest of Liquid Echo, no, what's up, like this!
Oh, the play once again. Sending in the right targets. Even Minoan Fury is just a little too late. Feather Airstrike doesn't find anything off of this. The flank, the diversion from Liquid Echo, making it seem easy. Hoda is trying his best to clear that way, but it's too late. The crystal might just fall here. No more minions. He buys a little bit of time, but the inevitable is happening. Benny QT still staying alive, and finally Hoda is able to shut him down. Liquid Echo take game number 1.
Sensory overload for Twisted Minds. The villain find a hero on horseback. Suffer